I just wanted to say that I have a crazy idea for an adventure in 2021. As everybody knows, 2020 has been a complete write-off for most things. I had planned this year to go to Ireland for a couple of weeks to see my ancestral home and meet some family there. That obviously didn't happen, and I don't know when international travel is going to be available again. Yes, we're getting the vaccine here in Canada and they're starting vaccinations this week, but that by the time it gets to me, it's probably going to be the end of next year. So international travel is just not going to be available for a while. Travel even outside of the province may not be available because there could still be 2-week quarantines, and I can't do that because I can't quarantine for 2 weeks when I get there and then quarantine for 2 weeks again when I get home. So travel is possibly not going to be available, so I am going to have a couple of different plans just to see what happens with the pandemic. And so one of my plans is my friend Don, hi Don, has invited me to go to his cabin in British Columbia for a couple of weeks. But again, if interprovincial travel is not available, then my other plan that I am working on is a huge adventure for me right here in Ontario. So remember when I went to Frontenac, I went for 3 days just in October this year, and if you have not seen those videos, I'll link them in the description. But while I was there, I got this crazy idea. Wouldn't it be fun, I don't know, wouldn't it be amazing to check out the whole park, the whole provincial park, which is all backcountry. There's no car camping at Frontenac Park. It's all backcountry, hike in or paddle in. So wouldn't it be awesome to go and check out all 13 camping clusters in order? Yes, in order from 1 to 13. So it's not like some days are going to be longer than others. It's not going to be like a huge through hike where I'll be doing 40 kilometers each day. It's just some days it looks like they're going to be 4 kilometers and other days are going to be 10 kilometers. I don't know. So I've been using my trusty string here to work out on the map how long each day is going to take. And the Friends of Frontenac website, which I'll also link down below if you're interested in some information about the park. The Friends of Frontenac site has distances by time of how long it takes to hike to each camping cluster, but they have the times worked out from the office or from the parking at Salmon Lake. Well, that only works for me on day one, because on day one I'll be going from the office to campsite number 1, but then on day 2 I'll be going from campsite number 1 to campsite 2, and then on day 2 you get the idea. So I've been working out roughly how long in kilometers each day is going to be, and it's not an exact science by any means, but it kind of gives me a rough idea. Now, what I also have to work out is the crazy logistics of being out on trail for 2 weeks, and there's no opportunity inside the park because it is all backcountry. There's no shops inside the park. There's no opportunity for resupply. So I will have to rely on the kindness of family and friends, hint hint, family and friends, to help me out, to possibly hike in one day, or we'll probably need resupply at least twice. So I will have to get family and friends to hike in a couple of times and meet me and get me some food. I would also need someone to drive me to the park because I don't own a car, and I don't want to rent a car for 2 weeks just to park it in the parking lot. I'll have to. I can also check Park Bus, which is a bus that goes from the city to some of the provincial parks. So the scheduling for that would have to be figured out, and also an absolute nightmare will be making the reservations for each camp cluster, because you have to reserve the campsites. So I will have to be on the phone with Ontario Parks reservations to try and figure out where is a 2-week gap in the year where I can book each site in order. And I'm sure that whoever gets my phone call when I call reservations is going to go, what now? You want to do what? Why? Yeah. I don't know. Is this a crazy idea, or I don't know. What do you think? And have you ever tried an endeavor like this? I mean, through hikes are, something. It's a logistical thing that you have to work out, but they're basically kind of in a straight line, up or down or across, and every 3 to 5 days you get to a town where you can go and resupply, where this is just all in one concentrated area and a provincial park, and there's nowhere to resupply. So I don't know how this is going to work out. This is going to be my project for 2021, and something to keep me busy during the winter, to try and work out. I also have to figure out, I need some gear. I don't currently have a kind of 3-season sleeping bag for warmer weather use. My sleeping bag, I finally had to get rid of it this year because it was so old. It was basically see-through. It wasn't really doing much of anything anymore. It served me well. I've had it for over 20 years. It was literally super lightweight. So I'm looking for something also lightweight, so that I don't have to carry a whole bunch of weight, because this is going to be a long hike and it's going to be hard. I want to get the weight down in my pack. And I also am looking for Canadian made products where at all possible, for a couple of reasons, mainly because I want to support Canadian cottage industry. There's not as much here in Canada as there is in the US, obviously. But if I were to buy a product in the United States and have it shipped up here, then it's going to cost me, I pay for the item basically twice, because the Canadian dollar conversion from US dollar, then the extra shipping cost from the US to Canada, plus customs, duty, and taxes. I end up paying for the item, it's too much money and it's outside of my budget. So if I can buy products here in Canada from Canadian producers, I would much prefer that. I'd just like to support Canadian industries and cottage companies, because this pandemic has been really painful for a lot of small businesses. So I would like to support some small business here. As well as a sleeping bag or a quilt, I would like to get a more lightweight sleeping pad or sleeping mattress. Would probably need some camp shoes that are lightweight. Or if I can just get some trail hikers that are lightweight and dry fast. My hiking boots, they don't dry fast if they get wet. And I had to buy myself a new water filter, because if you saw on my day 2 of the Frontenac trip, my water filter failed on me, so I had to go and buy a new one. I also need a new battery pack, because I will need to recharge my electronics while I'm out there, my phone, batteries, stuff like that. And the one that I currently have, it's probably about 8 years old. It's very heavy, and it doesn't hold as much of a charge as the newer ones do. I also need a new camera. Would be I mean, that's like on that ultra high wish list, not something that I actually need. It's more of a want. The camera that I'm using right now is a Canon PowerShot, and it's a few years old, and it doesn't have a flip screen, so I can't see what's happening right now. It would be nice that if I could have a newer version camera that I could see what I was doing. Also the camera that's on my phone, this is a new phone, but it's not very good. The picture on it isn't very good, the stability on it isn't very good, and the sound on the phone is, well, it's not very good either. So I have my handy dandy notebook, and so I'm starting to write down a few things of what I want to do. So let me just show you how I've been working out the distances on the map with my string and ruler. Okay, so here is the map of the park, and this here is the park office. So this is pretty much where everybody's going to start their trips. Some people will start their trip up here at the Salmon Lake parking, but my trip will be starting down here at the park office. And then day one will be coming up and around here, down here, down here. Just trying to see where it's going. And then through here, this is, I think, private property. So just a quick trip through private property and then back up into the park. And then again, cutting through private property. And then down here and up here to campsite cluster 1. So to work out this distance, we have the scale here. So 800 meters is 5 centimeters. So I take my string and I set it down at my starting point and then just wind it around all these twisty windy bits to get to Camp Cluster 1, which is here. So wind it all the way around and then take that length, however long it is, and then measure the string and count out how many 5 centimeter sections there are of string, and then measure it against the ruler and then count them out and then multiply by 800 meters and then divide by 1,000 meters, because that's 1,000 meters is 1 kilometer, which it's really, really tricky. I don't know why they don't just do these scale things in a full kilometer. Like, truly, that would make sense to those of us who are mathematically challenged. So then that would be day 1, which I've worked out to be, it's approximately 8.8 kilometers. So I've got my first few days worked out here. So I'm going to figure, because my string work is not exact, I'm going to figure that it's probably closer to 10 kilometers. And the Friends of Frontenac website says that it takes 6 hours to walk from the office to Camp Cluster 1. And then day 2, from Cluster 1 to 2, my string says it's about 5.6 kilometers. So there's from 1 and then back around here to number 2. And then 2 up here. Now from day 2 to, or from campsite 2 to campsite 3, I have to go kind of past the parking lot up here. So maybe somebody could meet me on that day and bring me a resupply, or if someone wants to come and join me on my trek, they would be more than welcome to join me for a day or two. So then campsite number 3 is up here. And then campsite 4 is over here. See, the difficulty is that there's all these lakes. Like, look at that park, and there's all that blue stuff. That's lakes. So there's lots of lakes. Let's see. There's 170 kilometers of trail in Frontenac Park. And I don't know how many hectares. Within the park's 52 square kilometers. The park is 52 square kilometers. And it has 170 kilometers of trail. So that's my crazy idea for next year. What do you think? Am I insane? Is anybody else in the world this crazy? I mean, there's people, they do through hikes of, 2,000, 3,000 kilometers. They do that and take, half a year to do it. I don't have the opportunity to take half a year off of my life. I only have 3 weeks vacation time from work, and I can't quit my job and go on a through hike. So this is the big thing that I can do. And I think it's pretty amazing. I think it'll be a really amazing trip. I've done a 5-day trip before, so I know I can carry at least 5 days worth of food. 12 days or 13 days, 14 days, I don't think I can carry that much food. That's a little bit too much, so I will need help from other people. If other friends want to come and join me and meet me somewhere in the park at one of the camp clusters, bring my food in, and then they can stay for 1 night or 2 nights and join me on the trail for a while. I would most appreciate the company. I think that would be amazing if somebody wants to come with me for the whole trip or just part of the trip. I think it would be great. If somebody has suggestions on how I can work out the logistics of this, if anybody I know or anybody watching this has done anything like this, again, the crazy part of the logistics is going to be resupply while I'm in there, and first and foremost, making the reservations for each of the camp clusters in order. And I'm really, really kind of set on doing it in order because, I don't know, because I'm Virgo, that's but I think it would just be cool. Like, I don't think anybody has ever done this. Probably ever, there's people out there who have stayed at every single camp cluster in Frontenac Park, but did they do it all at once in order? I don't know. That's what I want to do. I just feel like I want to do this, and the more I think about it, the more I want to do it, and the more I don't want to say need, because that kind of sounds crazy, but I need to do something. I need to get out and I need to do something. So this is going to be my something, and something to look forward to for 2021, because 2020 has been really crappy, as we all know. 2021 is maybe not going to be all that much better because the vaccine is going to take a long time to distribute to everybody. So that's what I'm going on. Yeah. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments below if you think I'm absolutely bonkers. Let me know if you think it's a pretty cool idea. Let me know if you'd like to join me. Let me know if you can help out with anything, either logistics or, hike in and meet me somewhere on, day 4, day 5, bring me some food, and I'll have all my food already all made and everything and boxed up, and then just somebody would need to come in and get it to me. So I'll make sure that I have everything that I need beforehand. I will just need someone to bring it in to me. So, and hopefully everything will stand up, and hopefully I can get myself in shape, because I've gotten a little bit flabby this year. So that's another thing that I'm working on, just getting into better shape, so that I can do this endeavor and not kill myself, because that would be bad. So there is my crazy idea for 2021. Let me know. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.